What's going on, world? We are outside with the infamous, the beautiful, the queen, one and only Audrey Holloway. She's done so much for not only my life and meeting her and understanding how she moves and seeing such a boss, but also a lot of other people's lives she's impacted through so many different realms. So I'll let her plug herself in and what she's got going on and a little bit about who she is, and we're gonna get straight to rocking. I'm gonna pour us up some champagne, complimentary. Awesome. And you do your thing and introduce yourself to the world.
I appreciate it. First, I want to give back to you. DJ is
Yes,
awesome.
indeed.
Awesome. Really, honestly, just been a really good friend since we connected maybe 2 years ago. Thank you. My name's Audrey Holloway, like he said. I just turned 24 about a month ago, and I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I started my entrepreneurial journey about 2 years ago, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing since. So I'm honored to be a part of this project.
Wow, that's lovely. I definitely want to give it right back to you and toast to that. Definitely toast to her. We're gonna hop right into it. So we had a very important topic, and that was loyalty and love. Those are two things that play a big factor in everything that we have going on. So they're two different things, first and foremost. So in your track that you stated, loyalty can be confused with blind trust. You said something about blind trust to me, and that really stuck out. That was something that I was like, dang, that's a bar. Like, I've never even heard someone spit it to me like that. Like, you might confuse loyalty or your love with blind trust. Like, you might not even know, you know what I'm saying? So that was super big to me. So being that you stated that, elaborate a little bit more on that topic and tell us maybe some situations in your life that you feel like you've probably mistaken that loyalty for that blind trust.
For sure. One of the first things that comes to mind for me is growing up, I was an athlete. I played basketball. That's actually where I met DJ. He played basketball as well.
Long time ago.
Yes, like high school, middle school.
That's
I
crazy.
played basically basketball all through my youth.
Yeah.
And when you get to the high school level, when you really want to go to the next level, you want to play in college.
Yeah.
You have to not only trust yourself, believe in yourself, but you're also at the mercy of somebody choosing you. You're also at the mercy of a recruit, a coach, giving you their approval in order for you to go to the next level.
Right.
And I had a year. It was my junior year of high school. The coach at the high school that I went to, phenomenal coach. But we just, maybe our personalities, I don't know what it was. We just really didn't mesh.
Right.
But she, had tons of accolades. She was a phenomenal coach. A lot of people respected her. So I naturally had a ton of respect for her as well. And I trusted her as a leader, somebody that was a leader in my life, somebody that I should be able to trust as a coach, somebody that I'm spending hours, on and out of the week with to do what I loved at the time. There came a conversation where, she, just flat out told me, hey, you're not ready for college basketball and you're not going to play in college.
Wow.
And that was, man, that conversation, it broke me down a little bit, on the inside because, like I said, this is somebody that I trusted as a coach, as a leader in my life. And what I'm really grateful for my parents though, because my parents said something to me growing up my entire life. I don't know if there's any profanity in this.
No,
okay, they said something to me growing up. They said to me my entire life, they said, you don't kiss anyone's ass until you can turn around and kiss your own.
Come on, you don't kiss anyone's ass till you can turn around and kiss your own ass.
They told us that, from 9 years old to 24. They told us that our entire lives, me and my sisters. So, I was intimidated. I was taken back when she said that to me, that, hey, you're not ready for college basketball and you're not going to play college basketball because you're not ready. And the first thing that came to my mind is, well, number one, you don't get to dictate where I go because you aren't God.
You can't dictate where I go. You are not God.
Yeah.
You do not dictate her future, my future, nobody's future. You are not God. Come on now, she stayed in control.
Yeah, I love that you said that. I stayed in control. And then number two, I had to really say, hey, this is somebody that I trusted, but I also know who I am. And my response to her was not so pleasant, but that was a moment of really kind of growing up and me going from a child to a young woman and being able to respond in boldness and say who I was to her confidently. And then, of course, I obviously did go on and play college basketball.
Still did it. Come on now. Checked it out. You played yourself.
Yes.
Come on now. So Audrey's still working. She's doing a lot of things. And that's inspiring to me to know that you can take some criticism turn it into a positive and allow your situation to just propel forward. That just shows your willpower. That shows your guidance. That shows your structure, your morals. That's so much that's I'm pleased by that. So also we discussed stretching past our comfort zone. You have to be uncomfortable, right? As an entrepreneur, I'm sure you stretch yourself a million times, whether that's convention to convention, whether that's building your business, whether that's you trading on your own, whether that's you helping your sisters grow the platform to trade, whatever it may have been. I've watched you do so many things, just stretching yourself, being of service to others, right? So discussing that, stretching past your comfort zone, right? How far do you think these people watching at home, how far should one stretch when trying to find maybe discomfort, right? They're trying to get in that uncomfortable space. And how do you keep your mental on track of your goals during that time of discomfort?
That's a really good question. I literally just listened to a mentorship call where one of my mentors said that you get closer to God through accomplishing your goals.
You get closer to God by accomplishing your goals.
Yeah, and you have to finish. And when it comes to stretching yourself, for me, I'm 24. I just moved out of my parents' home for the first time. So this is my first time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On camera, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. This is my first time living on my own. And the crazy thing is I used to work literally directly across the street from here.
Wow, so you manifested this a long time ago.
This building was being built while I was working at that job for 3 years, a job that I did not like, a job where older women in a corporate office used to pick on me, you know, an office where, you know, I wanted to be mentored. I was actually in my freshman, sophomore, junior year of college there, and actually getting prepared to start, you know, to go to law school. And what I realized was I didn't actually really want to be an attorney. I just wanted to be rich. And I started to see that when there was people, I wanted the bag. And I started to see that, you know, people around me who were working there who did have a law degree, who had picked up more debt and things of that nature, they were making $10,000 to $12,000 more than me. So I had to ask myself, is this where I see myself 4 years after going to get another degree and earning basically the same type of income? That's really what made me say, I already know what's on the other side of this. I know
what's going on.
I know what's on the side of me not going and doing anything else.
Exactly.
So I didn't have a choice but to get uncomfortable. That's actually when I started trading. And the thing about trading is it's going to break your confidence. It's going to build you up. It's going to build your character. It made me.
Now, I don't mean to interrupt, but I want you to tell the people that do not understand what trading is. They may not understand what trading is. What is that?
I'm glad you said that. I trade binary options.
There you go.
So it's a style of Forex trading, except you trade time versus price. That's the simplest way to put it.
There you go.
And I've been doing that full time for 3 years. 3 years on. It was actually May 28th was 3 years.
3 years. Congratulations for entrepreneurs. Come on now.
Yeah, and learning that skill set, pushing myself past what I knew, which was, okay, go to school, I'm going to work this job, I'm going to go to some more school, and then go and get another job. I didn't see myself working a job in my dream life. So I had to put myself I had to live in the uncomfortable area. And I just got comfortable living in the uncomfortable area.
Living in the uncomfortable. Wow.
And from there, that's where the growth comes from. That's where you're going to be stretched. I don't think you can really stretch yourself. You have to put yourself in a position to be stretched. Whether that's with the mentorship that you're around, whether it's the business that you're in. Like if you go to the gym, you can stand in the gym. The machines aren't going to make you work out. You have to get on the treadmill, and it isn't going to be until you get tired that you're going to need to stretch yourself.
Come on now.
So hopefully that kind of answers that.
It make a lot of sense. Like, come on now. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to be ready to live in the uncomfortable. All right. Now, she said something that takes us to a whole nother realm. You got to live in that uncomfortable. She's not saying that you have to enter it for that moment, for this present moment. She's living in it constantly, being uncomfortable, stretching herself, doing things that aren't in her ordinary day-to-day routine, different things like that. And that's going to take her to the next level. So that's one thing I've always admired about a strong woman such as Audrey. So last but not least, I definitely want to know, how have you learned to leverage? I've seen, so just before I ask this question, you've leveraged plenty of opportunities. Plenty of opportunities. Not only from mentorship, assisting, the list go on. So, you know what I'm saying? How have you learned to leverage the right opportunities, and how have they propelled you forward in life towards or for success?
It starts with relationships. And the crazy thing is, growing up, I did not have many friends at all.
So you even being person?
It's not even that I wasn't a people person. I was not good at building friendships or keeping friendships. And some of that was the people that I was around.
Is that a personal thing, or do you feel like you just weren't social enough to have those?
I think it was personal. It was 100% personal because I've always been talented. I've always been charismatic. I've always had good character and integrity just because that's how I was raised.
That's how you are. Yeah.
But when it came to building relationships is a skill set. And being able to do that effectively, I actually was not good at throughout my entire youth. I would say from, beginning school until maybe 19 years old. And then I used to say to my mom all the time, I actually used to work with my mom when I worked at that law firm. And I would say to her all the time, like, I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. And she just used to say, the right people you're going to become friends with the right people. You're going to eventually become friends with the right people. And I used to always just be like, okay, well, that's not happening. I don't see it happening. But then I had to learn the art of service.
The art of service. Art of service.
Absolutely. I believe that is the foundation of any relationship.
Wow.
The art of
service.
Period. You don't get into a romantic relationship with somebody that you don't feel like can serve you. And it's the same thing with business relationships, with friendships, partnerships. It all starts with how you can serve someone. And I started actually listening to Napoleon Hill, on Apple Music. And he
audiobook style, just like we're doing right now.
Yeah, and he has one of the principles of his he has an audio where he talks about the principles to become successful, and one of them was to serve whoever you come in contact with. And that's what I actually doesn't matter if they're in your business, if you're related to them, if they can directly impact your success or not. Just start to serve them.
Now, see, that's hard. Some days you may not be in the mood to serve. So for you guys at home that may not understand, every day as an entrepreneur, you may wake up and might not be in the mood to be of service to someone else. So to even have that attitude that she has is amazing. I'm astonished by it, because I wake up some days and I'm like, man, we gotta go through this.
Yeah.
And that's tough to do. So I commend that. That's big. That's super big for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I got comfortable doing that, and I wasn't the type of person who would do that before, who would just be like, oh, hey, I want to help out here, or I can, help you guys do this or do that. And what I had to do was make myself do that. That was uncomfortable. So it wasn't that I was stretched. I had to make myself get uncomfortable and start to serve. And that's actually how I feel like I attracted assisting, my mentor now and becoming his assistant.
Who's your mentor now?
I have an NDA with him. So I actually can't really give details on that. But
come on now, listen to
absolutely.
This. Listen to this.
Listen,
this
you
is
still
you
still do business, even when you do business with your friends, people with who you're close with. You always do business the right way. That means you have an NDA.
Wow.
But
listen to that. Setting the standard. You guys better match that intensity at home. And I would love for you guys to understand the importance of that. She said no matter if it's with your friends, all your friends are not going to be in your business. But if it is with your friends, still have some kind of process or something in place to separate business from the friendship, because it's about money at the end of the day, leveraging your opportunities. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I kind of adapted that principle from listening to Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
And I just started to serve without even thinking about it. We had events in Atlanta. I would say, hey, I can get there early and pull up the presentation. I'll print out the applications. What do you need? I would get there early. I would set up the event. I would, it got to the point to where, I wasn't the person booking the venue, but I would get there and the people from the venue would be like, hey, Miss Holloway, your event is in here. Yeah. And it wasn't my event. I just was helping out. And eventually that turned into a great business relationship with my mentor. So when it comes to, to what you asked, I would say, number one, relationships. And then number two, getting comfortable pursuing the act of service.
Wow, getting comfortable pursuing the act of service. So she's reiterated that plenty of times for us. So that means, be selfless. At the end of the day, be selfless. Try not to be selfish, be selfless. That'll help you just propel your business forward, propel everything that you want in life. So
and I want to say this before we move on from that. A lot of people will try to adapt that and say, okay, well, I'm gonna go and help people. I'm gonna go and serve people. But if you don't do it with the right spirit, if you're doing it expecting something in return, if you're doing it saying, well, I'm only doing this because, I want to just build good relationships.
So you mean to tell me you have zero expectation when
Zero
being of service to these people?
Zero expectations. Whether
Yo,
they
I'm,
thank you or
I'm
not.
mind blown now.
Yeah.
Cause
Whether they thank you or not, whether they give you something or not, whether they, say, hey, you helped us out, come to dinner with us.
Come on.
You're not expecting anything. You're doing it just because you're saying, I'm going to become the type of person that serves regardless.
Wow. See, man, I'm motivated. I gotta step my leadership skills up to be of the same position, because I know it's often sometimes I can say I need to work on that skill set.
This
I have to
audio
work
book is
on
gonna be
that.
great
Yeah.
service, though.
Wow.
Great
I'm glad you think so, because it's hard sometimes. Sometimes we get in a mindset of not knowing how to be of service to others. So I appreciate you reiterating that. And if it's anything, right, that you could leave with that you want your family to know about you, the world to know about who Audrey Holloway is, not only about who you are, but just a nugget, a gem that possibly you have gained along the way that you might want to lead the people with that's watching us right now.
That's a great question. And I don't even think I've ever said on camera who I am. But I would say, leaving this, I'm Audrey Holloway.
Come on.
I'm super ambitious.
Audrey
Okay, there
Holloway.
you go. I'm super ambitious. I'm God-fearing. I'm trusting God in this season and all the seasons to come. I will be a multi-millionaire investor. I will be a person that helps people transform and change their lives through my words, through service, through, skill sets, through businesses, through all sorts of things. Honored to have been able to do this. And, a takeaway from this particular track and even this interview, I would say, number one, the number one person, the number one thing that you have to trust is God and yourself when it comes to loyalty. And that you have to first be loyal to home and be loyal to yourself. And I think I might have said that in the track, but
that's good.
You want to say you want to start there when it comes to loyalty and it comes to trust. And then number two, you want to intentionally surround yourself with people who have the results that you want to see in your life, who have the things that you want to get.
Mentors, role
Absolutely,
models.
absolutely.
Okay.
And embrace what it is that they tell you to do to the T. And you literally won't go wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you will not go wrong if you develop some kind of mindset, some kind of want to have mentors in your life, role models, positive beings that are pushing you, preparing you for the results that you are seeking. One thing I know is the cave that you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek.
That's good.
So make sure that you get there and you make sure that you stay on that GPS. Do not take a detour. Y'all be sure to follow Audrey at
Audrey Holloway.
Yes, indeed. How do they spell that?
It's AudreyHolloway.
Come on now. Yes, indeed. And follow me at IM_count up with a K, KOUNTUP, Blinded World LLC. Believe, love, invest, and determine every destiny. Stay unblinded in this blinded world. Audrey, I appreciate you so much, love, for stopping by. Thank you. Let's toast up one time before we go. Yes. We must do that. I am glad. Let me pour us up. Bam. Boom. There we go. Pink special for the ladies. Y'all know that. Good Bel Air. Shout out to them. Yes, indeed. Toast up to success, to you gaining much more. Not only you, but I pray that your sisters get as just as much as you do. Your family get as just as much as you do out here. So I'm honored to have you in your presence. So thank you.